and Mr. Holden was nice enough to allow us to come. We're actually representing two very, very tiny communities at the border of Nassau. One's actually in Nassau with about 89 homes, and the other is in Rosedale, Queens. It's Warnerville. It's about 50 homes. And they have a Holiday Inn that's been used for the past 2 years as partially used as a men's homeless shelter. And we've been battling it for about 2 years. I'm amazed at what's happening here because we have no community support. We don't have the backing of the Rosedale Civic, which I am a member of. They opted not to help us with this. And the Community Board 13, along with many other elected officials, have not heard us because we are so small. But a brief synopsis is it's a 205-room Holiday Inn, which we fought in 2010 to be built because there was no need for it, and we had one within a half a mile that had turned into a full family shelter, and put a burden on our schools and our neighbors. And then they put it in after Sandy. Our neighborhood was devastated, and it was filled with contractors. When that ended, it was filled with 70 rooms, about 140 men, including level 3 sex offenders. And we can do nothing about it, it seems. And nobody will help us or even...
We will. All right, you give us the address and we'll be there, all right? Hi, my name is Paul Salo. I live in Woodside. In July, at the Quality Inn on 53rd Street and Queens Boulevard, they secretly converted it into a homeless shelter without notifying the community board, without telling anybody. And I live across the street from the parking lot. And the reality of this situation is a living hell, okay? Me and my wife both work. I have an 8-month-old daughter who stays with my in-laws in Maspeth. When we pick her up at night and come home, there's fathers of these families. First of all, it's supposed to be mothers and children only, and that's not the case. There are men living in there. They're outside the building, right across the street in front of my house, smoking pot, all right? On July 17th, I came out of my house to go to church at St. Sebastian's, and there's a mother with 3 kids on my stoop playing. And I said to her nicely, this is private property, can you please leave? And she said, okay. Next day I woke up and I had potato chips and Cheetos bags stuffed in my mailbox. And then, And then on September 1st, we came out, me and my wife, we work at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan, both in security, and we found graffiti on my front stoop. And this is what it was. I got pictures of it. So, I went to the hotel 3 times to ask for the manager. All 3 times the name was up there, Mr. Patel. But there was no Mr. Patel around, okay? I try to, they have the kids on, I'll be really quick. Okay, the families have the kids playing out in the parking lot at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, one time there was a kid bouncing a basketball, I let it go, I tried to do it the right way, I went in, I talked to the security officer, she said she'll fill out a report, she'll talk to the kid's parents, and it won't happen again. 2 nights later, the kid was bouncing a basketball off my garage at 3 o'clock in the morning. At this point, I had it, and after one Sunday, I went outside in the evening when the kid was bouncing the ball, and I said, I'm gonna talk to them again. And I went to the hotel, and the security officers were taking the kids and the family side. I said, I'm a taxpayer, okay? First of all, this was shoved down our throats. We didn't want this, and we had no say in the matter. And you should the least you can do is respect our property. And the woman, the mother of the kid said, if you don't like it, why don't you move? She's been there 2 weeks, I've been there 5 years, and she's telling me to move. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fighting to stay in. And I hope to fight with you guys. My parents live in Boros. We're fighting the same fight. And de Blasio has to go. That's all I have to say.